So what does it mean to cook a pork belly like a brisket? Just to break it down, we're going to cook this low and slow. I used post oak today, but you can pretty much use any wood that complements pork. Feel free, apple, cherry, maple, it's all going to work. You just want to make sure that you do add wood so you infuse the pork with that smoke flavor. I really like smoking pork belly brisket style because one, we're gonna achieve a bark just like a brisket, so it's very eye-catching. Two, we're gonna season it like a brisket, very basic, SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. That way you can use it if you have leftovers for pretty much anything. Sliders, eat it straight with some barbecue sauce, make some pork belly fried rice. It goes very well with pretty much any Oriental style recipe. So it's a very universal recipe and it freezes well. So it will last in your freezer for roughly 3 months and the texture will remain the same. So if you're like me, I'm a mom, I get tired. There are days that I don't want to cook. It will thaw out very well and will save you a night of cooking. So I'm going to give you down the basics during this cook. Very easy recipe, very beginner friendly recipe. And I'll help you and give you some tips along the way. And we're going to be using Oklahoma Joe's new Bronco for this cook. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are ready. So let's just get into it. So my starting temperature is going to be 250 degrees. As I said earlier, I'm using post oak for today's cook. I'm going to do this like a Texas style brisket, and I'm using Oklahoma Joe's lump charcoal. Place the pork belly right in the center of your Bronco, and now we're just going to let it do its thing. 250 degrees, low and slow for 3 hours undisturbed. Our cook today can range anywhere from 4 to 5 hours depending on the size of your slab. So be patient and don't forget to adjust your chimneys. Once 3 hours have passed, it's time to spritz. My spritz mixture today is just like my brisket. 1 part water, 1 part that W sauce. Make sure your entire pork belly is nice and moist before closing the lid. Continue smoking unwrapped until it reaches an internal temp of 203 degrees. This will allow the bark to form nice and dark. Once your pork belly reaches 203 internal, it's time to wrap. I'm choosing to wrap it in 2 pieces of Oklahoma Joe's peach butcher paper with some unsalted butter. You can definitely use foil, but just know you might compromise your bark. And you cannot tell me that this pork belly bark does not remind you of brisket bark. This is the exact color I was going for. And I can already feel how rendered it is. I'm very happy with the results, and I'm sure if you try this recipe out, you will be too. Once I finish wrapping this, I will cover the importance of resting and why and how long you should rest. But don't worry guys, I promise you will not have to rest it as long as a brisket. But let's talk about it. Okay friends, so we are approaching the end of our cook. A lot of people forget to rest their meat. I cannot stress enough that we need to rest this pork belly. Preferably 30 to 45 minutes is preferred. Now, why rest your meat? If you're resting a brisket, you're going to rest it for like at least 2 to 3 hours, if not longer. Pork belly is not going to need that long. It has so much internal marbling. It has so much fat. It doesn't need that long to cool down. But I cannot stress enough, if you want that juicy restaurant style bite, make sure you rest your pork belly for at least, as I said, at least 30 to 45 minutes. So you can get that perfectly rendered bite.